Hello, my beautiful Saggies. Hello, hello. Welcome in if you've never been here before, and welcome back if you have. Thank you so much for all the likes, subscribes, shares, and comments. I finally breached 800 subscribers, and I thank you for that. So grateful. I'm so grateful. Okay, so this will be posted Friday, June 5th, as you already know, for the following week. But there are no dates on these anymore because my guide said, look, there can be a message for somebody in here that they don't need for a couple of weeks or even months. And every sign has playlists with, I don't know, close to 100 videos in each sign. Maybe some signs even have more than that. So you can always go back and look. Some do have dates, some don't, but there are playlists. Okay, so doing something a little bit different this week because I don't have a summary deck. I did order one, so I will be getting a new deck with some flowers on it. But anyhow, I had this really big feeling of summer, happy flowers, meadows as I started doing the readings to be posted on June 5th. So I decided that the only deck that I really had as I was looking around that was like big positive energy is the Magical Times Empowerment cards by Jody Bergsma. So I decided to use those, and the idea came to me that we're going to pick one for the beginning of the week and one for the end of the week. So that's how we're doing it this time. My throat is acting up. Okay. Oh, please remember this is a collective, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Prosperity. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. I can't remember why frogs mean prosperity, but somebody told me a while back and I don't remember. So you see there's like a Celtic symbol in the middle and on the ring where the frogs are. Beautiful irises around the edges. I love green and purple together, so this card is very beautiful. But it is a reminder that really what we focus on is what we bring into our lives. So if we're focusing on not having enough, money, food, whatever, then that brings lack in. So we need to always try to stay positive. Now, is that me 100% of the time? No, absolutely not. Sometimes things creep in and I have to figure out how to get rid of those thoughts, right? Prosperity. Focus on the positive, my beautiful Saggies. To get more positive, like when you're doing something that really makes you feel good, say to the universe, more of this. I want more of this feeling. I want more of this. This is something that I do. When I'm feeling really excited, really happy, really joyful, I try to remember, and it's not going to be 100% of the time, to ask the universe for more of that feeling. And it works. It really does. I think it was Michael Dooley who wrote that book, Thoughts Become Things, which I read a long, long time ago. But it's true. What you focus on becomes your reality. So let's remember that this week coming up or whenever you come to this reading, focus on the positive. Okay, going to face the camera down and we're going to pull some tarot. Okay, my beautiful Saggies, I also want to mention that I went to a vendor fair recently, and I have this candle burning, elemental calling. I talk to the elementals, water elementals when I'm showering. I talk to the fire elementals in the winter when I'm building fires, earth elementals when I'm outside. Not so good at the air elementals. I'm going to have to really try to remember that. I also use the Honorable Ancestors Aura Spray that I got. These are all from Arcadia's Cauldron Wildcraft. She has a Facebook page and it's awesome. She has really cool things. So, excuse me. This spray helps connect me with my ancestors as well as the ancestors of the sign that I'm reading for. So if any message needs to get to anyone, like for instance here, that's a Sagittarius, the ancestors can come through and help with that. And I also use the Roll-On Divine Intervention Elemental Reinforcement. Yeah, love the elementals. Love working with them. All right, Saggy. So building on the prosperity card, let's see what comes out. I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale, the deck that opened up tarot for me after trying several decks before it. And then this one was the winner. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, I hope you're all doing well. It is getting very warm in Maine where we are. This is going to be posted on Friday, June 5th, as you already know. Wow. And this week is shaping up to be a warm one in the 80s Fahrenheit. All right. 8 of Cups, emotional walking away. 10 of Swords, some backstabbing possibly, or some talk. And that's so weird. I just listened to a reading by Magician Tarot. I really like him. Since we lost Jesse or Chucho from swimming through the void, that was a loss to the reader community because he was really good. Nobody knows yet what the circumstances were. But anyway, Magician Tarot is a male reader that I really love his energy. I think he's out in California, I believe. But he does mostly Sagittarius readings, so check out Magician Tarot. He's great. But the reading I was listening to this morning before I started all this was talking about Sagittarius at work, and that there was a group of people that were kind of either spreading rumors or anyway, and so it's funny that 10 of Swords, well, not funny, but coincidental, I don't know, synchronistic, that came out in my reading for you. All right, so 8 of Cups. Cups being water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and 8s being mastery and infinity. In this, you're mastering your emotions and you're able to walk away from a person or a situation that was very emotional for you, but you're ready to move on, right? Ready to move on. This person is not crying, they're not bent over, they're just like, okay, I don't need this anymore. This could be, for some of you, emotional baggage that you've been carrying. It could be a friendship that's run its course. It could even be a relationship, that kind of thing. It could be a partnership in, work. It could be a job that you're emotionally connected to, but some sort of walking away, like, okay, I don't need this anymore. It could be a group of people at work that you just don't want to associate with anymore because they're negative. Could be that. So then you have this 10 of Swords. 10s are endings. They turn into a 1, which is a new beginning. And I do feel like these two cards, they came out one right after another, flew out of the deck. So there's some situation where you just feel like it is not serving you anymore. You're tired of it and you're gonna leave it behind. Swords are words, cups are emotion. So there could be a conversation, or maybe you hear about something that is said and it pulls up a red flag for you and you feel like you have to move on. Next card out is the Emperor. This is Aries energy. Aries, the ram, right? Just blasting through things and headbutting and, my way or the highway energy. Sorry, Aries, but, Aries is a fellow fire sign and they don't take any crap. The Emperor is number 4, stability or stagnation. If you stay in this situation, you will definitely stagnate. You want to get to a stable place. Now, the Emperor does not like messy, right? He does not like chaos. He wants all the T's crossed and the I's dotted. He wants everything to be in line. So this Emperor energy comes in to help you clean up that situation, whatever this is, right? And because your overview for the beginning of the week is prosperity, you need to focus on the positive. Remember that message. So whatever this situation is, Saggies, don't let it drag you down, right? Don't let it drag you down. Sorry, the camera's out of focus because my arm going back and forth. Okay. Focus on the positive. Pick up. Get going. Get everything in order. Then you have this King of Cups. He is masculine energy, top of the suit of cups for mastering his emotions. This king is often described as a feeling of boredom, like I need something different, I need something new. And that goes right along with these, right? You're like, okay, this situation is old, I'm over it, I just want something different. Sorry, my throat is really, hold on a second. Okay, had to take a drink. Looky, Ace of Pentacles. This is something new, a new offer, a new opportunity coming in. It could be your job, your career, your side business, but it could just be an opportunity to do things differently, I'm hearing. And I think that's kind of what we've been seeing, right? Yeah, an opportunity for your time, your energy. I really feel like this ties in with these cards here. That once you have decided that you don't want to be involved anymore with that emotional situation, that you need to close it off, close the door, walk away, that you're going to have this feeling of freedom, this feeling of, I mean, just look at the card, right? The beautiful stag in the meadow or the valley with the greenery and the animals, the flora, the fauna. It's a beautiful feeling. So it's almost a feeling of breaking free from some emotional situation that was weighing you down, right? Going into a much more positive situation. And hello, Two of Wands. So these go right together. New opportunity. Which path do you choose? So it feels, Saggies, like you're going to have the opportunity when you leave that emotional baggage. Now, this could just be old thoughts that you yourself have. Could it be a work situation? Yes, it could. Could it be just your negativity and needing to focus more on the positive? Yes, it can. And then you just decide that you're going to cut those cords and leave that behind and choose a new path, a new emotional path, a new work path, a new project path. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see. Do we want? All right, let's take the mini Gilded Tarot deck. Oh my gosh, hold on to it. Let me just give them a couple of shuffles. Sorry for the silence here. Give them a couple of shuffles. Okay. Spirit, what more can you tell us? Okay. That flipped right out. Five of Wands. That is action and passion, but it's debating something that you're passionate about. It's like it could also be convincing people of the way that you view things. Like you may have to have a conversation with somebody to explain, if this has to do with other people, to explain that. You may also be having inner arguments with yourself about, like sometimes I tell myself, okay, Lisa, you need to stop thinking about that bill not being paid, or stop thinking about, the payments on this, or stop thinking about that you don't have the money right now to do this thing, right? So I often go through things like that as well, and I am a Sagittarius, so all right, so clarifying the message here, or getting more information. I don't like to say clarify, but more information, right, is the Five of Wands. And you see how they're kind of practicing they could be debating. I really feel they're not hurting each other. Fives are change. I feel like they're just practicing with each other on how to go forward. That's what I feel like for this message. So you're choosing something new and different, and you're maybe practicing with a friend. I don't know what that means for anyone. You'll have to discern that for yourself. But then we have this Four of Cups, an opportunity that you don't see. right? So that opportunity that you don't see could be, and I often say this, some friend of yours might say, hey, let's go to this class together. And you're like, I don't know if I really want to do that. When there's a networking opportunity there, right? Or somebody asks you to go for coffee and you end up meeting somebody and you're like, wow, I didn't even see that coffee date as having anything to do with opening up my future networking possibilities. So we have to sometimes just go with our gut. If your gut is saying, yeah, do that, then do it, because you never know what doors that will open. And then you have another choice card, the Lovers. This is Gemini energy, so very talkative, right? Very bubbly, very boisterous. But Geminis also have two sides, two personalities. These Lovers are between endings and beginnings. This goes right along with this whole thing, right? But the Lovers card, the deeper meaning is a choice. So you have a choice of which road to take. You have that reinforced with the Lovers. You have the choice of leaving something behind, of not letting negativity get in, right? This is quite a reading, Saggies. So yeah, definitely there's something you need to leave behind. There's new opportunities. You're in control of your emotions. You're okay with it. You're getting everything in order. There's an opportunity that you may not see, but there's a little practicing. And I feel like this is like, when I was going to go on that job interview a couple of weeks ago, I didn't get the job, by the way, but that's okay. Rejection is God's protection. I bounced those ideas off my friend. I talked about what they were offering for money or what was advertised. I talked about my skills. It wasn't a full-on physical practice, but I was just running through the scenarios with her. So it could be something like that. And towards the end of the week, you have swans, elegance. It is found in the beauty of nature, the lotus waiting to bloom. Be the swan on the water and glide. Yeah, I love that. So this elegance card is a reminder, right, about focusing on the positive and flowing through your challenges, right? Through your happy times and your challenging times, just gliding across, right? Something is waiting to bloom, Saggies, right? The lotus has to come up through mud, all the way up through that, up to the surface of the water in order to bloom. So we can look at our challenges as shaping what is to come, right? Well, I truly hope this message has helped. Please don't forget to give it a like, a share. I would love to hear your comments about how this resonates for you. At the very least, put an emoji there so I know that it resonated. Thank you so much. Until next time, peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.